Hello everyone, this is Cass from Mad Alchemy Comics and I'm here to bring you another video. So in this video we're going to be highlighting a villain that is currently being written in the stories of Thoth right now and in the pages of Mad Alchemy Comics. His name is Decay. If you want to find out more about Decay, how about you guys stick around, find out some information. If you are, let's get into it. So who is Decay? Well, starting out, going by the name of Dale Martin, he is an alchemist, classed as a transmuter. He originally came from a family that was known to have a recipe that would be known to help in construction and demolition. But as his father kind of fell into elements and hard times, certain patents fell through, his name kind of went into the dirt, and he fell into obscurity. In order to bring himself back up and his family, Dale would take his father's recipe and utilize it in gang-style warfare. What he would do is, overall, he would compress his father's recipe into little pipe bombs, and he would use it to, make openings as hit the family that he worked with would steal things, and they would utilize it in robberies. What are his motives? As mentioned before, being that Dell is from a family that is kind of disgraced, he doesn't want to fall back into, hard times and financial straits. So anything that he can do to build his wealth and, carve out his part of the world and where he can mind his own business, he does. So when he finds out that the family he's working with, it's kind of getting a little too ambitious and it's starting to rub a few people the wrong way. He tries to strike out on his own by leaving the family, taking some product, and, doing a few more thefts and scores, and then skipping town before things get too heavy. This way he can create his own crew, build himself up, and, start off in the city and hope that, none of the rub off of what he feels is about to happen finds his way to him. So what is his science? Well, as I mentioned before, Dale and his family are a transmuter type, a class of alchemists. They take things like chemicals and other sources of elements and they mix them up. Their recipe was going to help in things like construction, demolition, and other things that could, clean up pretty much an area of construction very quickly, especially in things like deforestation, residue of trees, and all that type of stuff. This was going to cut back on labor nearly in half and probably save months in work. So, how would you see Dell in the future? So, Dell in the future, right now, I do want to have him in a few stories, especially the ones that are dealing with the family that he's going to be, he abandons because, he skips the family and he's trying to skip town, but he's going to be like a source of information for, the Westbrooks as they are investigating them and trying to save that family from, getting destroyed and things like that. So I do want him at least in the next few arcs more as a sideline character than a villain. And then maybe I've been working on other things to see where he can fit. But right now it seems like he's just going to be in the first arc and then maybe drop him. We'll see if he makes a return. And so in closing, Decay is your standard first arc type of villain who's going to pretty much help the family try to save and bring the family they work for to justice while trying to toe the line between not being too much of a snitch and just, still minding his own business and carving out his own way as he sits in a hospital bed and awaits his trial. So if you like the idea of Decay, who he is, and if you see next villain in him, leave a comment down below. I love feedback. Leave likes and all that stuff. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you guys. And I hope you like Decay as a villain. And read him in the pages of Thoth. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.